When I was going through every team that I've rebuilt so far in NBA 2K25, I was kind of shocked that I haven't taken a crack at rebuilding the Phoenix Suns yet. Because the Suns are a good team objectively right now, but they don't own really any draft picks in the future. They have a lot of money tied up into Bradley Beal, who's their third best scoring option right now, and I don't think they're set up very well for the future once Kevin Durant retires and Bradley Beal continues to get older. And I want to make a challenge for myself today as well. I can't trade away Beal, Booker, or Durant. I can let them walk in free agency, but I cannot move any single one of those guys, as we got to try to win a championship with those three or in the era after those three. Now, I can move Yusuf Nurkic. I could move anybody else. And you got to remember, the Suns are a second apron team, so you can't aggregate salary. 2K doesn't really have that feature. I could try my best to make it as realistic as possible. And then you guys know the Phoenix Suns draft capital situation. It's not pretty. We don't own any first round picks directly until 2028, and I'm gonna have to double check that one as well. All right, so we're here on January 1st, and this team is currently 21-11. We are actually the 2 seed in the Western Conference. So I don't know if we're gonna have a better year than this year right now. Kevin Durant's 36. He's playing like an MVP candidate. Devin Booker, 28 years old. He's been very good over the last couple of games. Bradley Beal, you know what? He's 31 years old. If he can give me just productive play, we have Tyus Jones as our point guard now. I don't love our defense. The one thing I'm going to try to do is upgrade the Yusuf Nurkic spot at the deadline. It's going to be tough, but we're going to figure it out. We are the third ranked offensive team in the West. Defensively, though, we are a bottom 6 defensive team in the West. So it's not great. Obviously, we have a very good defensive rookie in Ryan Dunn, who's looking solid for the Suns this year. Got off to a really good shooting start, came back down to earth a little bit more what he looked like at Virginia, but I still think him and Oso Ighodaro could be good players for this team. So I'm not going to move either one of them. I'm going to try to move Nurkic. All right, so I'm interested in this trade with the Rockets. They're going to be giving me Steve Adams and Jock Landale, and they get out of the last year of Landale's contract. Nurkic, $18 million. They could leverage that into a bigger trade if they wanted to go after a Giannis or Jimmy Butler or somebody like that. Damian Lee, Damian Lee's going to be in this trade, but I want to see if I can get something else in this deal. I don't know if I can get a first-round pick. I doubt it. Like, could I get one of my first-round picks back? Yeah, Josh Okogie, they like their defense, and Aaron Holiday. This sets me up a little bit, at least for that 2027 draft. And that is an additional first that we can use down the line, because we're going to get hit hard by the step-in rule. Moving Okogie hurts, but we do have Ryan Dunn, who hopefully can kind of fill in that role. All right, we're going to do this trade with the Houston Rockets. I think we got kind of lucky there. All right, so right now it's going to be Jones, Booker, Beal, Jones, Booker, Beal, KD, Steven Adams. I mean, it's a little bit better defensively. Obviously, Adams can't space the floor like Yusuf Nurkic can. We're going to have Royce O'Neal, Grayson Allen, Monte Morris. We're going to have Oso Ighodaro, Ryan Dunn off the bench. So we have Landale and even Mason Plumlee. Like, I don't mind getting backup big man minutes, but I think I'd rather see what I can get out of Oso Ighodaro. And you know what? We're going to be making one more trade. I'm going to be trading away Grayson Allen and Bol Bol for Mitchell Robinson and Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan's not really going to play for us, but we're going to go out and we're going to get Mitch Rob. So that's kind of a better center than some of the other guys that I had. Maybe I could have moved Yusuf Nurkic to the bench, because I don't really need, as much as I like Grayson Allen, I don't really need his scoring. We're going to feel that loss, but I think getting Mitchell Robinson completes a very good closing 5. And the Knicks, like, they have Karl-Anthony Towns, they have Hupporti, they have Jericho Sims. Mitchell Robinson could be on the block. They get a wing, something they do need to come off their bench, and that's going to be Grayson Allen, as the Knicks are trying to take more threes as well. So I guess that was a short amount of time that Steven Adams was going to be the starting center, but maybe I'm not done. Now, since I just traded for Jock Landale and Steven Adams, I can't move those guys, but let's see if we could flip Mason Plumlee maybe. All right, Jaden Hardy is having a terrible year for the Dallas Mavericks, and he just signed an extension with them. They got to worry about the tax. We're going to say, you know what, come here. Matt Ishbia is going to be dishing out every tax dollar. Mason Plumlee for Jaden Hardy and a second-round pick. There we go. So I'm not super excited about Jaden Hardy on this team, and I don't really expect him to be in the rotation if he's going to be this bad. But I like our starting 5. Like, I like Jones, Booker, Beal, Durant, and Robinson. We're going to have O'Neal, Ighodaro, Monte Morris, Steven Adams, Ryan Dunn, and Jaden Hardy all coming off the bench. Under Mike Budenholzer, this is going to be 4-star balance, and we'll see how good our team performs. I made all those trades at the start of January, so I wasn't waiting until the deadline. And Luka wins MVP this season. Jared McCain is your Rookie of the Year of the 76ers. Amen Thompson, 6th Man of the Year. I thought that's a depoy, and I don't think he's going to win depoy, but he could definitely be on an all-defensive team. Cade wins Most Improved. Trae Young, Clutch Player of the Year. Jason Kidd is your Coach of the Year. And hey, that was James Jones getting Executive of the Year. Kevin Durant does not make a first 2 All-NBA team, nor does he make any of the All-NBA teams. The one thing with Tyus Jones, though, like, I didn't trade him. And I think for some time, like, some rebuilds, you probably should trade him, but I do think he gives us the best chance at winning right now, but you may not get bird rights. So I don't know. I think he gives us the best chance at winning it all this year, and this may be our best chance at winning it all. Devin Booker was elite. Same was Kevin Durant. Bradley Beal was an efficient number 3 option. I'm very happy with what he put up this season. Tyus Jones, 12-5. I liked him running the point guard spot. Royce O'Neal, 37% from 3, but 39% from the field. I would like for him to be a little bit better. Jaden Hardy was a lot better with us. Monte Morris, 40% from 3, like another cheap point guard contract we have. Mitchell Robinson, about 5 points, 10 rebounds, 1.5 blocks, 1.3 steals. Also at a good, like, tradable contract range. There's Steven Adams, who I think we could get bird rights on. We'll see. There's Iguodala, Jock Landale. Obviously, all those guys are not going to be playing for the playoffs. I think this is a good matchup for us, the Sacramento Kings. Now, they're a good offensive team, not a good defensive team, kind of like us as well. They have Draymond Green. It looks like there was a Malik Monk for Draymond trade that happened. So I don't think I'm going to play Jaden Hardy for the playoffs, but he's probably going to be in the rotation next year. We're going to go 20 minutes to Royce O'Neal off the bench, 15 to Steven Adams, 12 to Monte Morris, 12 to Ryan Dunn. So I want Kevin Durant getting 40. I want Devin Booker getting 40. It's the playoffs. I want Bradley Beal getting 36. And we're going to go 33 to Jones, 32 to Mitch Robb. Game number 1 against Sacramento, we end up losing. All right, we ended up losing by 6. KD and Devin Booker combined for 53. Bradley Beal, Tyus Jones, 6 of 24 from the field. Not what you want. De'Aaron Fox at 21. Sabonis had a triple-double. Come on, Mitch Robb. I need you to hold your own against them, and we lose game 2. Oh, we lost by 18. So a team that's a top 5 offensive team in the Western Conference scored 79 points in this playoff game. Kevin Durant, 5 of 18. Devin Booker, 5 of 14. Sabonis just dominating Mitchell Robinson. All right, we're down 2-0. I should maybe think about a lineup switch, but we're down 3-0. So back-to-back years, we could be looking at getting swept. 2 of 10 for Royce O'Neal, 1 of 6 from 3. Yeah, not great. And we get swept. Last year, swept by the Timberwolves. This year, swept by the Phoenix Suns. We lose 136-124 in the final game. De'Aaron Fox drops 42, DeRozan 23, Sabonis 24. Beal played well, Booker played well, Kevin Durant played well. 2 of 7 for Tyus Jones, who was abysmal shooting the ball in round number 1. Royce O'Neal, 38%, but I need him to be the 6th man. Mitchell Robinson even had 4 assists in this game. But if we can't win this, we were never meant to win it all, which is a shame too, because we put all our eggs in this basket. Now, we did get one of our first round picks in the future, which was nice in 2027. Yeah, Beal definitely could have been better in that series. Even Devin Booker, to his standards, could have been a little bit better from inside the arc. And if we look at the worst defenses in the playoffs, I guess we weren't that bad. Our defense was the best technical, or no, we were the worst offense. We were the worst offense in round number 1. We were pretty much like the 8th worst defense. Terrible. Anthony Edwards is your conference finals MVP. Same with Jaylen Brown and the NBA finals. Goes to the Boston Celtics. They win 4-2. And Jaylen Brown, back-to-back years winning finals MVP. So there goes LeBron. He ends up retiring. Same with Kyle Lowry, Al Horford, Mike Conley. Bunch of guys from that 2007 draft class. Russell Westbrook, DeAndre Jordan, Russ and LeBron. 2 former MVPs end up going to the Hall of Fame. And here we are at the draft lottery. We'll see if we own a first-round pick or it's a swap. I think it's I don't know. We actually may have to just give it to Brooklyn or Houston outright. The Nets get it at 24. Yeah, there is no swap involved. So we lose out on a first round pick in this year's draft. Doesn't mean we could try to trade for one, but yeah, back-to-back years getting swept. Maybe Frank Vogel wasn't the problem. But like I said, the challenge is going to be I can't trade away Booker, Durant, or Bradley Beal. I can let Kevin Durant walk, but I feel like that really wouldn't be wise. Bradley Beal, I'm pretty sure, has a player option, not a team option, so I'm going to have to pick that up at the end of next year's season. All right, so we're here on draft night. The only person that we could think about trading, we could trade a bunch of people actually if we wanted to get a first-round pick. And due to the Stepien rule, I can't move my 2027 first. So we'll see how this draft goes. We'll see if I want to trade for a rookie, but the time is now. So I don't know if I'm going to do that. The Wizards successfully capture the flag. They get Cooper Flag number 1. Nolan Traore goes to the Nets number 2. Dylan Harper 3 to the Jazz. Ace Bailey number 4 to the Hawks. And number 5, the Charlotte Hornets are trading the pick to Atlanta for Ace Bailey, and the Atlanta Hawks take Maui Watch. They're from Duke. All right, I'm going to see if I could trade Oso Ighodaro, Royce O'Neal, multiple seconds, 2 second-round picks, including Mr. Irrelevant, for Dante DiVincenzo, and Atlanta's pick in the late teens. DiVincenzo did not have a good year last year. He ends up getting traded from Minnesota to San Antonio. San Antonio is looking to get some more defense, and that could be Royce O'Neal, a veteran. They get Oso Ighodaro, and they don't have to draft another rookie. We'll see if they accept this. They counteroffer. They want Jock Landale, who I kind of wanted to keep as the backup center behind Mitchell Robinson, and that's what made me feel okay moving Oso. But I get Julian Champagnie. Honestly, I feel like I can't turn this trade down because I get a first-round pick out of it, which is huge. And I think that player would be more valuable than Ighodaro, so I had to make that move. And I'm going to take Ben Seraph here from Israel, who's currently playing in Germany with our first-round pick. So we are going to sign Ben Seraph there. We save a little bit of money. I'm going to pick up the team option on Aaron Holiday since we don't have any point guards right now just because Tyus Jones is a free agent. So I don't think I'm going to offer any qualifying offers. I mean, Jalen Bridges, Colin Gillespie, Ty Washington, we might as well just for some roster spots. Kyrie Irving's a free agent. Does he want to take the minimum to sign here? I don't think he's going to want to. So we do not have bird rights, unfortunately, on Tyus Jones. Therefore, he is gone. I could try to get him the Scottie Pippen Jr. sweepstakes. I mean, I will definitely take that. He hit free agency. We aren't going to be able to afford Tyus Jones, which kind of stinks because right now we have Jaden Hardy and Aaron Holiday. I don't think Jaden Hardy is much of a point guard. I'm actually going to change his position to a shooting guard. And since we have Dante DiVincenzo to be the sixth man, which I'm excited about, maybe we actually look to trade Jaden Hardy for a more traditional point guard. But we are going to get Scottie Pippen Jr. to sign with us. I'm not going to renounce the rights on Jones or Morris or Adams just yet. I'm also going to sign, you'll guess, Jock Landale. So I don't know why the Spurs wanted him to just release him. So we got him back on a cheaper deal. And Amir Coffey, we are also going to pick up for about $3 million. All right, so we can't really trade a lot of guys until December 15th, which is fine. I think we have our core right now. We may have to release some people before the season starts. Kevin Durant is down to a 93 overall. Bradley Beal down to an 82, and I got to pay him $50+ million each year for the next 2 seasons. Yeah, we do have to cut somebody before the season starts. I think I'm going to have to cut the Villanova legend himself, Colin Gillespie. So let's advance to year number 2. Getting swept by the Sacramento Kings. It's not even like we got swept by the Oklahoma City Thunder or one of these really good Western Conference teams. It was the Sacramento Kings. So Scottie Pippen Jr., we're going to try him out at the point guard spot. He's going to have a nice opportunity here playing around a lot of good veterans. I thought about moving Bradley Beal to the bench for defensive purposes, but I think he's going to, you know what, I'm thinking about it, but maybe we could do that later in the year. Ryan Dunn's going to play a ton. He's going to be in that Royce O'Neal role. Dante DiVincenzo is going to hopefully be a good 6-man. Couple former Knicks on this team. Jock Landale is going to be the backup center, and I think, yeah, Ben Sarah's probably not going to play Champagnie. We'll see who plays well between Champagnie, Coffey, and Jaden Hardy, because I think whoever the hot hand is will eventually get in there. I got 7 more minutes to deal with. I'd like to go 36 to Booker, 36 to Durant, 32 to Robinson. We'll go 28 to Bradley Beal. System proficiency under Mike Budenholzer, 4-star balance. So we start off in Texas, or no, we start off at home against 2 Texas teams. We beat Dallas. Can we beat San Antonio? No, we get blown out by them. Dallas, Booker had 38. Durant had 25. Jaden Hardy against his former team playing well, but against the Spurs, they go off against us. Yeah, Royce O'Neal, 6 points in his game against the his old team, the Suns. Can we beat the Hawks? No, we lose by 2 touchdowns. That is great. Booker had 33. We do not own the rights to our first round pick this year. I think since we didn't own it last year outright, it's going to be a swap this year. Yeah, so it's I don't know. I think Orlando and maybe like a different team gets it. I don't know who has our swap wars, but I guess it's not us, unfortunately. So it looks like we may not own a first round pick this year. We start off the year 3-4, which isn't a great start. But hey, 5-4 now. I will realize if I got to make a trade, I will. Devin Booker's averaging 23 points, 21 to KD. Scottie Pippen Jr. Come on, man. I need you to be better. All right. Hold the phone here. The Jazz, who maybe aren't going to pay Walker Kessler, who's a free agent at the end of the year, just offered us this trade. Ben Seraph and Aaron Holiday for Walker Kessler. Let me just double check he didn't get extended. Did he get extended? He did not. So he's a restricted free agent at the end of the year. I think I do this trade. I think we do this trade because that could become a big tradable contract if we extend Walker Kessler at the end of the year and I get a second. I'm going to do this trade because then I could look to move Mitchell Robinson, who is a free agent at the end of the year. I can re-sign him, but Ben Seraph was not going to crack the rotation this year, and I'm glad I got that first round pick now. Jock Landale's been fine, and I think he could eventually be the backup center when we trade away Mitchell Robinson. Amir Coffey's been good this year. I feel like I got to continue to play him. I think Mitchell Robinson could probably get like 20 minutes a night, maybe 18. We're going to go with Walker Kessler as the starting center. All right, so the team is 22-25. We just lost 136-133 to the Cavs. Our defense still isn't great. We can look at where we rank in the Western Conference. We're currently a playoff team as an 8 seed, but I don't feel comfortable about this at all. We're a top 5 offensive team in the West, but we are a bottom 6 defensive team. KD's averaging 21 points in 31 minutes. Devin Booker's averaging 20 points. I don't know why they're not playing more minutes. Bradley Beal has been very efficient for us. Scottie Pippen Jr. has been fine. Would like him to be a little bit better. Jaden Hardy's been really good. Dante DiVincenzo is hitting 38% of his threes, but I feel like we're going to have to move on from some of these guys. I think I'm going to be kind of active on the trade block. I think I'm going to look to move Mitchell Robinson, who hopefully has some value. Amir Coffey coming back down to earth a little bit. Ryan Dunn, 31% from 3, gives us good defense, not as much offense. The problem is, though, I don't hate the idea of having Mitchell Robinson and Walker Kessler as my center duos right now. So, like, if I trade away Mitchell Robinson, I don't really know what I'm trading for. Like, I'm intrigued by this trade because I get a good defender in Jonathan Mogbo. I get Jakob Poeltl, but I have to give up Jaden Hardy. I don't really know if this trade is worth it. So what I may actually do is just re-sign Mitchell Robinson right now to be my backup center. It's going to be $36 million over 3 years. Matt Ishbia is paying this luxury tax. We're also going to re-sign Kevin Durant on a 2-year deal. And Luka Doncic goes back-to-back with MVPs. Cooper Flegg is your rookie of the year. Amen Thompson, 6-man either. Kind of getting some deja vu from last year. Wemby Depoy, most improved goes to Asor Thompson. So the Thompson twins winning major awards. Steph Curry, clutch player of the year. Jason Kidd, coach of the year. We got executive of the year last year, but not this year. We don't see any Phoenix Suns on the All-NBA teams, unfortunately. I doubt any. Oh, Walker Kessler, all defensive second team. Not great. Shooting the 3 and free throws, but you know what? I think it's going to be fine. It's pretty much the center's roles we're going to get going forward. So we are going to pay him in the offseason, and we are the 10th seed. So yeah, we're a playing tournament team with Devin Booker, with Kevin Durant, with Bradley Beal. I'm playing KD and Booker a ton. We're going up against the Pelicans in round number 1 or leg number 1 of the playing tournament. We're down by 3 after the first. Here we are in the second quarter where we have a better second quarter. Third quarter wasn't great, but we're up by 2 right now. Can we close it out? We're up by 5 with 3 minutes to go. We don't get any benefit of not making the playoffs. We win 118-111. 22 points for Ryan Dunn. Welcome to Big Moments, Ryan Dunn. 20 for Kevin Durant, 5 assists, 28 for Zion. We send them home. Now we got to beat the Joker, Nikola Jokic, to advance here in the playoffs. Can we do so? We have a good first quarter. We outscore them by 15. There we go. We have a good second quarter, and it's looking like the Phoenix Suns are going to be playing some playoff basketball. We blow out the Denver Nuggets. Devin Booker with 27. Scottie Pippen Jr. with 17 and 7. KD, maybe not the KD he used to be, but hey, we're going to advance. And they also have Lowry Markkanen over there in Denver. So we're taking on Dallas. They're probably going to beat us, but hey, at least we're in the playoffs. They have James Harden on the bench. So yeah, it's James Harden versus Kevin Durant. Let's see how this goes. Game number 1 goes to the Dallas Mavericks. They win 128-109. Luka had a 35-point triple-double. Bradley Beal had 22 points. Kevin Durant had 22. Booker had 19. All right, down 1-0. We're down 2-0. So in the last 3 years, the Phoenix Suns are now 0-10 in their 10 playoff games. We haven't had a playoff win since the 2023 playoffs. Finally, we get one right there. We win 126-113. Hey, we win this game. We can maybe force a game 5. I would be happy about that. All right, here we go. Game number 4. Damn it, we go down 3-1. We end up losing 135-143. The defense kind of just burning us, man. It really is. Scottie Pippen had 10 assists in that one, and we end up losing in 5. So within the last 3 years, this team is 1-12 in the playoffs. That's not very good. So yeah, Bradley Beal is I'm gonna pick up his team option. It wouldn't be realistic. Like if I can get out of it, I'd love to, but yeah, at least for this challenge, I had to at least try to win a title for the era of the Suns under their current contract. So I did extend KD because I can't really afford to lose Kevin Durant. Bradley Beal, though, when he's a free agent next year, we're most likely going to let him walk. Chris Paul's a free agent. Retired. Brook Lopez retires. James Harden on the Mavericks ends up retiring. Pop, Taylor Jenkins both retire as well. Chris Paul and James Harden go to the Hall of Fame. And I'm glad we made the playoffs, so we're not going to give the Orlando Magic a really good draft pick. So the Lakers win the 2026 draft lottery. Pelicans 2, Bulls 3, Thunder 4, Heat 5. We do have to give, I guess it's not Memphis or Orlando the 17th pick. It's going to be the Magic there at 15. So we give up the 15th overall pick. It stinks, but it could have been a lot worse. We could have given them pick like 1, 2, or 3. So we didn't have any draft picks. We're negative $80 million in cap space right now. The number 1 overall pick was Reed Taylor going to the LA Lakers. He's out of Tennessee. Jay Watson to the Pelicans there at number 2, and Antoine Miles to the Bulls there at number 3. Picking up Beal's team option. We're going to pick up Julian Champagne's option as well as Ryan Dunn's. Luka and Trae Young are becoming free agents. We're going to pay Walker Kessler a lot of money to come back to be our starting center. He's looking for $23 million, which is honestly not too bad. Whoa. Could I get D'Angelo Russell? I would be a fan of getting D'Lo here on a 2-year deal. Let's give him $5.5 million. Devin Booker is friends with D'Lo. I don't know if they do a podcast together or do something together. So, hey, there's our connection to get D'Lo. Could I get back Josh Okogie? Not Josh Okogie. Jock Landale. Let's give him the minimum, and we should be okay if I do move a center. There we go. So let's sign D'Lo. Let's sign Landale. I know D'Lo doesn't help out the defense. And Walker Kessler gets a deal from the Pistons. 4 years, $80 million. We're obviously going to match that. All right, we're going to be doing a cool trade here. We're going to be bringing back Mikal Bridges to Phoenix, the team that technically drafted him. We're also getting Miles McBride in this trade as well. Kind of similar to like the Jaden Hardy role, so I don't know what his future on the team is going to be. We're sending Dante DiVincenzo back to the Knicks. He was obviously in that cat deal. We're sending Mitchell Robinson back to the Knicks. We obviously traded for him at one point, and we're giving them Amir Coffey. They're just not a big fan of the Mikal Bridges experiment for what he's been doing for them defensively, and we're going to make this trade. So Mikal is going to be our small forward next year. He's going to go up to an 86 overall. We're going to have Bradley Beal most likely come off the bench. And if Bradley Beal wants like $10 million to come back, I will re-sign him. I'm also going to be getting Harrison Barnes on a 1-year deal as well. That's Nikola Vucevic. Okay, he's going to replace Walker Kessler in Utah, I guess. And Kevin Durant has regressed down to a 92. Mikal Bridges is up to an 86. Hopefully he makes our team better defensively. He's been an awful defender in real life. As a Knicks fan, I watch him every single night. I am not impressed whatsoever by his defense. He is not what he was defensively back when he finished top 3 DPOY in 2022, but he's still a good defender in this game. A perimeter D, B- inside D. That could be useful for this team. I can't really make him a power forward, but this team is not bad. We have a lot of like similar guys. Like I think we got to eventually trade 2 of these 4 between Hardy, Russell, Pippen Jr., and McBride. So that'll probably come after December 15th when some of those guys become trade eligible. All right, so it's going to be D'Lo, Booker, Bridges, Durant, and Kessler. Yeah, we're going to rock with D'Lo as the starting point guard. We're going to have Bradley Beal, Ryan Dunn, Jaden Hardy, Miles McBride, Scottie Pippen Jr., and Jock Landale all getting minutes. So it's going to be an 11-man rotation. Under Budenholzer, this is 4.5-star balance. Hopefully, we could be a little bit better this year. Maybe Bridges makes his team better. We start off the season with a 1-point win against the Chicago Bulls. Hey, I'll take it. And then we play the Denver Nuggets and the New York Knicks. We end up beating Denver. We beat the Knicks. All right, so we start off 3-0. I'll take that. And then we end up throughout the next games win or 1 out of 4. So we are 4-3 on the year. Not where you want to be. I mean, it could be a lot worse, 4-3, but I'd like to see this team be pretty good. Now, I don't know if this means Kevin Durant is retiring at the end of this year or at the end of this contract. We'll see. Bradley Beal will come back for $12 million. I mean, sure, it could be somewhat of a tradable contract. So let's just bring him back on a 2-year deal. Hardy is a team option, so I don't need to re-sign him. Devin Booker, I may as well just get this out of the way. Get the bag. We're going to lose against OKC. I'm getting offered 2 first-round picks for Jaden Hardy. Oh, Atlanta's unprotected this year and next year. I give them Jaden Hardy. Man, I think I should do that. I get some good draft capital on that trade, and I think we don't really need Jaden Hardy. I just have to add an exception, and we get some good draft capital going forward. So I don't even think anybody's going to be added to this rotation because hopefully Miles McBride could just do exactly what Hardy did for us. We're going to go 37 to Booker, 35 to Kevin Durant, 34 to Mikal Bridges. And can we see how we look without Jaden Hardy? Nope, we lose. Okay. Not where you want to be. We beat Boston, which is great. Can we beat Memphis? Nope, we lose to Memphis, we lose to Sacramento, and we lose to Utah. We are 5-8. All right, so we're 13-24. The only thing I can think of right now is the season is just an absolute wash. Thank God I got my first round pick back from the Rockets a couple years ago, so we do own it. So that's good. So hey, I don't care if we don't make the playoffs. It's just Kevin Durant is not the player he used to be. I feel like Devin Booker hasn't been the scorer I need him to be. Mikal Bridges is like shooting the ball well, 1.2 steals. Like I think he's a fine defender. D'Lo, 35 from 3, he's giving me 6 assists a night. Beal's been fine off the bench. There's Walker Kessler. Ryan Dunn is shooting 34% from 3. He's just not been good offensively. Scottie Pippen Jr., also the same thing. Miles McBride is shooting 44% from 3. There's Jock Landale. But we are going to maybe lower the morale in the locker room. We're going to trade D'Angelo Russell and a future second-round pick for Peyton Pritchard, who is, I think, 2 years younger than D'Angelo Russell, which is crazy because Pritchard was drafted in 2020. Russell was drafted in 2015. And Pritchard is going to be under contract next year as well. And I obviously could trade Kevin Durant this year to get him to a contender, but I think that makes this rebuild a little bit easier since I'll get good players in return. So I think that's going to be it for this year. I think it's going to be better off that we don't make the playoffs, and hopefully I get a top 5 pick in the draft. All right, so Luka Doncic, 3-peats with MVPs. He gets his 3rd in a row. Boogie Fland is your rookie of the year. Former Arkansas Razorback, was drafted 18th overall by the San Antonio Spurs. Jalen Duren, 6th man of the year, because he's behind Wemby, who won DPOY. Kamal Maliwatch ends up getting most improved. Jalen Brunson, clutch player of the year, and Billy Donovan, coach of the year in Cleveland. We got nobody on the All-NBA teams. Walker Kessler is like a top 5 defender in the sport. He's still just 25 years old, so I'm confident that he's going to be a good player for us going forward, and we did not make the play-in tournament. Now, I'm still curious to see Kevin Durant saying he will retire. Does that mean at the end of the contract or the end of this year? Because if it's going to be at the end of the contract, then I'm going to trade him this offseason, but if it's at the end of this year, hey, KD, just go be a family man. I don't know if he's got anybody at this point, but yeah, we're gonna hope he retires. We go 36-46. I think figuring out this team is gonna be big on if Kevin Durant retires. Obviously, we could look to trade Bradley Beal. We could look to trade some other guys on the team as well, like Scottie Pippen. We could look to move Miles McBride or just some other players to see if they fit this team. Ryan Dunn, I think I would look to move as well this offseason because he's been a negative asset offensively. And Luka Doncic wins Western Conference Finals MVP. And Evan Mobley averaging 25 and 12 Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Billy Donovan Coach of the Year, but they lose the NBA Finals. Luka Doncic is your Finals MVP. So yeah, the Mavericks have just been dominating this rebuild so far. They kind of ended maybe the Suns' best chance at winning the Finals when they beat them in that 2022 season. Paul George, Jimmy Butler, Draymond also should go to the Hall of Fame as well. They all end up retiring. 2K just puts Paul George, so no Jimmy, no Draymond. Draymond does get his jersey retired by the Warriors. And here we are, the 2027 draft lottery. Damn, 36 and 46 just gets me the 11th projected pick in this draft. And we get lucky. Yes, 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 yes. We needed that so badly. We get lucky here. Bang. All right. So we have the 3rd overall pick in this draft. We go from 11 to 3. That is just massive. We don't own any other draft picks here, but that is huge if we want to draft a player, if we want to trade the pick. Mike Budenholzer has 1 more year on his deal. I'm going to keep him. Oh, yeah. Kevin Durant didn't retire. So I guess that meant he was going to retire at the end of the contract. Now, if I made Kevin Durant a small forward, he actually does go up in overall. I think I'm going to look to move Kevin Durant, but I just don't want to like take advantage of him just because he's got 1 year left on his deal, but he's still a really good player. Of course, I can't get anything on draft night, which is fine. So if I was going to trade the pick, I want to see who's here. Bruce Isley looks pretty good. Number 1 overall pick. You got Tim Barber from Villanova. Edwin Barlow. All right. So I think there's 3 good players in this draft. Like I wouldn't mind, like a backup center at 3 is kind of gross. All right. I'm actually going to do this trade with the Portland Trailblazers. We're going to be sending them Bradley Beal, who was good off the bench last year, but he's 34. We're going to be sending them Scottie Pippen Jr., and we're going to be sending them pick 3 for Kling Kong, Donovan Clingan. Could make Walker Kessler expendable. Could trade Donovan Clingan if we wanted to, but I think this is a good deal because I'll get both their bird rights. We get Denny Avdia in this trade as well, who could be a good wing off the bench. We're still just trying to figure out the point guard for the future for this team, but I'm glad we were able to turn that pick into good assets. Number 3, I guess Barber is going to go. No, they take Freddie White, a small forward out of West Virginia. He could develop into a good player, and they avoid having to pay maybe Denny or Donovan Clingan. 4th overall pick was traded for Vucevic and a future first. Dedrick Wright goes 2. Rod Purdue goes, not 2, but like he goes after. Where'd this Barber guy go that was like projected in these mocks? All right, he ends up going to Portland of all teams. He ends up falling to pick 11. Wow. It's a great pick. So we don't have any rookie signings. We're going to probably trade Ryan Dunn. I don't know if I'm going to move Walker Kessler. Like he was a top 5 defender, so I don't know if that would be wise to do. Eric Whitehead, former 2nd rounder, not going to extend the qualifying offer. So I don't want to deplete this bench. I would like to bring back Julian Champagnie, but he doesn't want to come back. Let's bring back Miles McBride. About 3 years, 21 million. All right, I want to try to get some offense in the room. Can I move Ryan Dunn for Liam McNeely, who was drafted out of UConn to Orlando with the 12th overall pick in 2025? They're going to say no to this trade. We do have some first we could throw in, but could I throw in this Atlanta first in 2029? Sure, they'll give me a first and I'll give them a second. We're going to trade some defense for offense. We're also going to hopefully sign Ty Jerome and Brandon Clark. We get Brandon Clark, and welcome back to Phoenix, Ty Jerome, the team that drafted him. Also going to try to sign Grant Williams and Trey Lyles, and we do so. And lastly, I'm going to try to sign Kevin Huerter, and we get him. So yeah, we still have Kevin Durant on this team. I don't know if I'm going to look to trade him, but I think I'm just going to try to get him a ring here in Phoenix. Also notable, Donovan Clingan got extended by the Portland Trailblazers. It's a very big deal. He's a good player though, and we could definitely move him. It's not worth having him and Walker Kessler on the same team. So I think when he becomes trade eligible, I'm going to make a blockbuster in-season trade with Clingan. So Devin Booker's a 94, Kevin Durant's a 92. Clingan is up to an 88 overall. McNeely's an 82, Pritchard's an 81, who's going to be the starting point guard this year. And Kevin Durant is retiring at the end of the year. He wants to go on a farewell tour. So the starting 5 is going to be Pritchard, Booker, Bridges, Durant, Kessler. Clingan's going to come off the bench. He may only play like 22 minutes a night. It's going to be something like that. McNeely's going to be the 6th man. I like having Denny Avdia on this team. Hopefully he can be efficient. I'm going to think Miles McBride is going to finish out the 9-man rotation. But we do have Jerome, Clark, Williams, Huerter, Lyles could all be ready if something doesn't go right. Pritchard, 26, we'll see. I'm going to go 35 to Booker, 33 to Durant. I'm actually going to do 37 to Booker, 36. I'd like to get more minutes to Mikal Bridges, but that may not come for a little bit. 4.5-star balance. Does it mean anything? Let's find out. We start off the year at home against the Lakers, and we do beat them by 18. So I think I'm going to move Donovan Clingan, but I actually might not move him until the offseason. So I'm actually happy he got that extension because I wouldn't be able to trade him this offseason. I would extend him, but then I'd have to wait 30 days. So I wouldn't be able to trade him until the start of next year's regular season. But now I could trade Donovan Clingan in the offseason, and we've been pretty good this year. We are 30 and 15. It looks like we could be back in the playoffs for the 2 seed in the West. The Mavericks are so much better than us, but I think we're going to see playoff basketball in Phoenix again, in Kevin Durant's final year, which is great to see. Obviously, I would love to get him a ring before he retires, but we're going to have mainly everybody under contract going into next year outside of Denny, who will resign. Let's give him just a 3-year deal right now, and Peyton Pritchard, who will also resign. So let's just resign these guys. We could trade him in the offseason. Kevin Durant will resign, but I think he's going to retire, so I'm not going to resign him. So Luka Doncic just wins another MVP. He has been unreal in this rebuild. Just another 30-point per game season. Bruce Eisley, the #1 overall pick to Chicago, gets Rookie of the Year. Josh Giddey, 6th Man of the Year in Golden State. Wemby wins Depoy. Most Improved goes to Michael Ruzic in Detroit. Cooper Flag, Clutch Player of the Year. Billy Donovan, Coach of the Year. And Brandon Harrison, Executive of the Year. Do we get any Phoenix Suns on an All-NBA team? Once again, we do not. No Devin Booker, no Kevin Durant. Like, the reason why I'm going to keep Kessler over Klingon is because he's a top 5 defender every year. I'm going to keep him around. That's another all-defensive first team. He's gotten it basically every single year since we traded for him. We finished this year as a 3 seed. We're going up against these 6-seeded Suns. Last time the Suns were in this 3-6 matchup, they ended up getting swept by Minnesota. Hopefully, it's a little bit different. Obviously, the playoffs have not been kind to us in that year and the 2 playoff series that we've been in this video, but we know what we got. So McBride, 9th spot, I'm fine with. Klingon, you're gonna get like 18 minutes tonight. Denny, 20. McNeely, 23. 35 to KD. It's the last dance. 38 to Booker. 33 to Bridges. Let's go 28 to Peyton Pritchard, who honestly did a fine job as our starting point guard this year. He's more of a backup, but right now he's the starter. Hopefully we could trade Klingon for a starter in the offseason. It's a very good Spurs team. It is. I got offered Stephon Castle for Klingon, and I was intrigued, but I think we can go bigger name fishing in the offseason. We do win game 1. Let's go. It's our first game 1 win in quite some time. Maybe since that series when they beat the Clippers. I don't even remember if they won game 1. I think Russ was going off then, but I know the Clippers were banged up. And we are up 3-0. Yes, come on. Let's make one last run at it. William McNeely has been an underrated pickup for this team. This dude is a bucket. Game number 4 goes to the Suns. Bang. We win. Devin Booker drops 36. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go with a different rotation here for round 2. I think Pritchard's going to move to the bench. He's going to get like 18 minutes a night. William McNeely is playing 33 minutes. This guy, he's currently playing at UConn. Too good of a player right now. He's going to be the 2. We're going to have Devin Booker play the 1. And Devin Booker put up 32 points against the Spurs in round number 1. We advance. We're taking on the 2-seeded Pelicans with Murray, Edgecombe, Ingram, Zion, Vucevic. Okay, they got someone that can space the floor. They got Sohan, Herb Jones, Yves Missi, Jay Watson, Chris Middleton. Watson was a former 2nd overall pick. How was Kevin Durant in round number 1 against Phoenix? He was pretty good. I'll take that any day of the week. Can we beat New Orleans? I feel like we can, but we do lose game 1 by 6. Booker dropped 22. Bridges dropped 14 on bad efficiency. We drop game 2. We lose 113-104. Bridges had 24. Booker had 22. Pritchard 3 of 10. McNeely 4 of 12. Not great. All right. Game 3, we do end up winning this one by 17. McNeely had 14 assists. Okay. Kessler had 14 rebounds. Game number 4 goes to the Suns. 123-109. Booker drops 28. McNeely 26. Bridges 18. Game 5 goes to the Pelicans. 123-106. Could this be Kevin Durant's final game of his career? No, we force a game 7. We win in overtime at home, 125-120. Booker and KD go off together. Here we go. Game number 7. It's going to be on the road in New Orleans. Can we go to the conference finals for the first time in the Kevin Durant Suns era? No, we are not. We are getting our butts kicked. We end up getting blown out 141-109. Damn. And that could be Kevin Durant's career. I don't know if he's going to have the itch again to maybe not retire. We'll see. Booker was fine in that series. Just not what we wanted. All right, so the NBA Finals are the Thunder versus the Cavs. So no Dallas Mavericks here. They ended up losing in round 2 to the Thunder. And the Cavs sweep the Thunder. Donovan Mitchell gets the first ring of his career. Moment of truth. Kevin Durant. There was going to be a farewell tour. We did the farewell tour, and he doesn't retire. Are you kidding me? All right, Mike Budenholzer retires, though. So Kevin Durant is coming back for another year. Draft lottery, I don't remember if I have the Hawks pick this year or it could be a different year. I think it's a different year. We do own our first round pick, which is nice. They're at 26. No, we do own the Hawks pick. That would have been sick if it was a good pick. So we own 19 and 26 in this year's draft. We are going to have to go after a new head coach. Let's see who's on the market. Steve Kerr. I mean, could we get him to leave Golden State? Probably not. Nick Nurse, not great in real life, but solid in this game. Let's go after Mike Malone. I don't really want Rick Carlisle. I would go after Ime Udoka. I'd go after JJ Redick. We should be able to get one of these guys, and we do. We get Udoka, we get Malone, I'm going to go after Udoka here. All right, so we're here during the NBA draft, and that means we could maybe take back some salary. It said Kevin Durant was retiring. Well, he is not. He should be appearing in free agency. This is a funny trade. I'm not trading for Embiid after the year he just had, and he's 34, but it would be cool to get him on the team. And we are bringing the Nova Knicks to Phoenix. Yep, we're doing this trade. Donovan Clingan, 1926, and an Orlando pick in 2031. We're getting Josh Hart in this deal, which is kind of a bonus. But yeah, Jalen Brunson's going to be the new point guard here in Phoenix. Does not help out our defense. Hart's coming off the bench. But yeah, the starting five next year is probably going to be Brunson, Booker, Bridges, Durant, Kessler, Josh Hart coming off the bench. We got to keep McBride as well. So we've had all those guys. We've had Mitch, Rob, DiVincenzo. We've had a ton of Knicks today. The number 1 overall pick was Kelly Kane going to the Portland Trailblazers. Looks pretty good. Bojan Dragic looks pretty good. Dragic, wow, I just had a stroke saying that. Rob Gill, all right, boring name, but cool player going to the Wizards there at 3. Liam McNeely, welcome back. Kyrie Irving is a free agent. We have no qualifying offers. And Kevin Durant will be here. Does he have any real offers? He does not. So I'll give Kevin Durant a 1-year deal. I assume he's going to come back. And I'm also going to try to sign Cam Johnson, former Phoenix Sun as well. There we go. And welcome back, Kevin Durant. So I also saw Cam Payne was here, but I think he got picked up. Let's bring back Grayson Allen on a 1-year deal. We're bringing back so many former Phoenix Suns. Brandon Clark, we're also going to bring back also. So let's sign Clark. Let's sign Grayson Allen. And right now, looking at the team, it's going to be Brunson and Pritchard as the point guards. We have Booker, McNeely, McBride, shooting guards. We have Durant, Bridges, Abdia. Obviously, I'd love more of a traditional power forward than KD. So that could be some type of trade that we make throughout this season as Zion Williamson gets his wish and he goes to the New York Knicks. Devin Booker's a 95. Durant's down to a 90. Brunson's a 90. Bridges is an 87. McNeely's up to an 87. Let's go win a ring. Yeah, Kevin Durant's going to go on the farewell tour once again. So we're here in the 2029 season. That's going to be the starting 5. We're going to have McNeely off the bench. Pritchard's going to get like 12 minutes a night. We're going to go probably 18 to Denny. We'll go 12 to McBride. I mean, we have Josh Hart, so we don't even have like a true backup center. Brunson, Booker gets 35. We'll go 33 to Durant. We're going to go 32 to Kessler, 25 to McNeely, 30 to Bridges, who we could eventually trade if we wanted to at one point. We are 5-star balanced under Ime Udoka. Please, can we get a ring this year? Of course, we start off 0-2. We're going to start off 0-3. You got to be kidding me. 0-4. Finally. And Luka wins MVP again. Are you surprised? Kelly Kane, the number 1 overall pick, is your rookie of the year. Liam McNeely, 6th man of the year. He was unreal. He's going to get a bag, hopefully, from us in the offseason. But maybe we don't get to the offseason because maybe this team finally gets it done. But we're in a very tough Western Conference where 4 to the 5 guys on All-NBA first team, and Jokic is on the Clippers, are from the Western Conference. It's going to be a tough ride. So we don't see Walker. No, we don't. He's on all defensive first team again. I just missed it. We finished the year as the 3 seed. The seeding where we were last year. We're taking on Jokic and the Clippers on in round number 1 with Tyus Jones, Michael Ajayi from Gonzaga, Tari Eason, J-Dub, and Jokic. That team is sick. I am definitely nervous. All right, so Booker was the leading scorer, followed by Brunson, KD, McNeely. A lot of score first guys here in the locker room. Now, I'm debating for the bench. Denny this year was good. Peyton Pritchard, all right. McBride, I don't think I need to play McBride and Pritchard. You know what? I don't even know if I'm going to play Josh Hart. Yeah, which is kind of crazy. So, Brandon Clark, I need a backup center in there. You're going to get 12 minutes a night. Pritchard, you're going to get 12. That is fine for Denny. Walker Kessler is going to play like 35 minutes a night. Kevin Durant, 33. Bridges, 33. And let's go 36 to Brunson and Booker. Here we go. Round number 1 against the LA Clippers. Please don't lose this. I would be very embarrassed. And we end up losing in 6. Come on. All right. That just sucks. China. I could have traded for Ben Thompson, but I wanted to trade for Brunson because I never really get Brunson. I don't know if that was the right decision. So another year, another round 1 exit for this team. Yeah, we did make it to round 2 last year, but the Mavericks just dominating this video. Luka Doncic is your finals MVP, and there goes Kevin Durant. He finally retires. Same time as his buddy Kyrie Irving, who is retiring with the Miami Heat. Both of them plus Dame get to the Hall of Fame. Damn, and from that Mikal Bridges trade, the Nets get the number 1 overall pick. We don't get Orlando. Okay, so Orlando's got the Atlanta pick at 17. I think we traded them that pick. We don't own our first. It goes to the Rockets at 26. So obviously we got to fill a Kevin Durant void, but in a way we don't. Like, I think this team is going to be fine without Kevin Durant. I'm also going to be making this trade with the Toronto Raptors. Miles McBride, Deuce, and Cam Johnson going to Toronto for Jakob Poeltl, who's going to be the backup center, and I get a first-round pick in this deal as well. The number 1 overall pick looks really good. Theo Rose going to the Brooklyn Nets, a good power forward out of Florida, so a former Gator right there. Jason Tatum, Alex Sarr both being free agents. We're going to hopefully pay Lee McNeely a lot of money, and we can because Kevin Durant retired. And we're going to re-sign Lee McNeely 5 years, $130 million. I'm also going to sign Nick Richards to a 2-year deal. And here we are. We have a 32-year-old Booker, a 32-year-old Brunson, a 22-year-old McNeely, a 32-year-old Bridges. We have Kessler, Pritchard, Avdia. Pirtle regresses, Hart regresses. It's kind of gross. All right, so the bench is going to be, I think McNeely is the 6th man. We're going to have Pritchard, Pirtle, and Josh Hart there. Kessler is going to play a ton. Denny Avdia is going to be the starting power forward. Hopefully he can space the floor. He's going to get 27 minutes a night. We're going to go 31 to Bridges. We're going to go 38 to Booker and 38 to Brunson. We'll probably play Bridges, Kessler, and Avdia a little bit more. System proficiency is going to be 4.5-star balance now that we don't have Kevin Durant. Hopefully 2K just hates KD and they never want to get him a ring, so then maybe we'll be better now that he retired. All right, so I'm actually going to make this trade with the Houston Rockets. We're trading Denny Avdia and 2 future first-round picks for Kyle Filipowski. Denny, not been good offensively this year, and I think I want more of a traditional power forward. Filipowski can space the floor. He can defend a little bit, and I think the Rockets win that trade like I think, won that Yusuf Nurkic trade with them. But, yeah, I think just getting a true power forward, I mean, Filipowski's like kind of a hybrid in there is going to be better for us long term. And Cooper Flagg wins MVP here in the 2030 season. Theo Rose, the #1 overall pick, is your rookie of the year. Liam McNeely, 6th man of the year. This dude is an absolute bucket. Wemby Depoy, most improved goes to Igor Demon. Devin Booker, clutch player of the year, scores the most points per game he has had since the 2025 season. And we do get Liam McNeely, a bench player on all NBA 3rd team. I guess he needs to start. And another year that Walker Kessler is a top 5 defender in the sport. We finished the year as the 2 seed. We couldn't get the 1 seed. That went to Golden State. We finished this year with a 50-win record. Damn, they were 11 games better than us. That scares me a little bit. They have Reese Shea and Sarr over there. All right, so we're taking on Memphis in round number 1. It's a good Memphis team, man. That's a fun starting 5. Hugo, Anthony Black, Triple J. That's a good team. Jalen Brunson, 18 points, 6.5 assists this year. Mikal Bridges wasn't bad, like 38% from 3. I'll take. I don't love McNeely's defense, but I got to start him over Mikal. So Mikal's going to get like 27 minutes a night. We're going to go 34 to McNeely. I'll probably go like 27 to Filipowski and a couple more to Hart and Pritchard. I'm nervous. Don't lose to Memphis, please. Please get a round 1 victory. 3-1. There we go. Bang. We end up winning in 5. We're taking on the Clippers in round number 2, who do have Nikola Jokic. I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous, man. They have J-Dub, Trey Mann, Vassell, Eason, Jokic, GG Jackson. Please advance to the conference finals. Come on! Come on, we lose in 5. Ugh, and the NBA finals are between the Bulls and the Rockets. The Bulls win it all. Cat is your finals MVP. Why can't Brunson bring me to the finals like Cat just did? Oh my god, this is tough. This is getting as tough as, like, I don't know, that Memphis Grizzlies rebuild was tough. This has been tough in its own right. I'm saying enough is enough. We're breaking up the Nova Suns. Mikal Bridges and Josh Hart are going to San Antonio. We're getting Stephon Castle and a future first-round pick. And I'm trading Jalen Brunson and Kyle Filipowski to the Clippers for GG Jackson and Jalen Williams. Yeah, that's another blockbuster. We're going to sign Archie Rodman there at 27. We get Stacey Gibson in the 2nd round. I'm saying enough is enough. I can't keep running this team back, and obviously I was going to trade Jalen Brunson over Devin Booker any day of the week. So right now, we have Stephon Castle is going to be the point guard of this team. It's going to be, yeah, Castle, Booker, McNeely, J-Dub at the 4, which I don't love, and then Kessler at the 5. We're going to sign Jalen Wilson to a 2-year deal. Jakob Poeltl is going to be gone. Nick Richards is going to be the backup. We're also going to sign Rookie Council the 4th, as well as Ty Jerome. And hopefully this team could be a little bit different. Hopefully it's better defensively and offensively from last year. Peyton Pritchard is starting to regress. The bench is going to be kind of gross after GG. All right, so the bench is going to be GG, Pritchard, Wilson, and Richards. This is a really good starting 5. It's going to be Castle, Booker, McNeely, J-Dub, and then it's going to be Walker Kessler. So these guys are all going to get a ton of minutes, and this team looks very different now. I don't believe what I'm looking at right now. Liam McNeely, MVP. Thank God I traded for him. I don't know where we would be without him. Ian Jackson, former Duke Blue Devil, just won clutch player of the year, 30 points. Jeez. Ime Udoka, coach of the year though, 63 and 19. Liam McNeely, all NBA first team. Let's go. Walker Kessler is now on all defensive 2nd team, so maybe some regression there. But we're finally the 1 seed in the Western Conference. Here we are. We have stars around Devin Booker, like the MVP, Liam McNeely. And in round number 1, like, I think throughout the playoffs, we're going to play the starters a ton. I think Wilson, Jalen Wilson, who was fine this year, Nick Richards, fine as a backup, and Peyton Pritchard was probably the best. I think he's going to get like 15 minutes a night. GG Jackson, 25. go 35 to Kessler, 37 to J-Dub, 37 to the MVP, 35 to Booker, 36 to Castle. So we'll see how we look against Memphis. Like I said, we won 63 games. We had a 17.7 point differential. That's pretty elite. Taking on Memphis. It was a good starting five. They're now benching Nickeil Alexander-Walker, or excuse me, starting Naw for Anthony Black, but we end up winning in 5. All right, let's go. So, I mean, I'm not going to get super confident, but it helps we have the MVP. We were the 1 seed. We make quick work of the Grizzlies as we had 4 20-point per game scores. Now we're taking on Dallas, who don't have Luka anymore. They have Karl-Anthony Towns. All right, they've dominated this video, but they don't have Luka, so I'm not scared, and we win in 7. Oh, my God. I think this team is cursed. I do. Is Luka on the Warriors? He is not. Thank God. They were the 1 seed last year. They were the 2 seed this year. And we win in 6. Let's go. We're in the NBA Finals. Oh my God. This has been scary. I haven't been enjoying this playoff run. I mean, I am because we're in the finals. But it has not been easy. We're taking on the Nets. Nolan Traore. They still have Cam Thomas and Derek Whitehead. They have Donnie Freeman. Quinn James. All right. They have Trey Johnson coming off the bench. Game 1. Goes to Phoenix. Game 2 goes to Brooklyn. Game 3 goes to Brooklyn. Game 4 to Phoenix. 5 to Brooklyn. Don't lose in 6. Oh my God. Here we go. Game 7. I'm going to close my eyes. Please tell me we just won it. Please tell me that says Phoenix, because I'm going to cry if it's not. No! No! You gotta be kidding me!